let's discuss this coffee creamer for a moment. It just doesn't taste like pumpkin whatsoever. Honestly, I'm pretty disappointed. This is my third day having this now, and it's still not, the pumpkin is still not coming through. I've tried different amounts. It still tastes good. It honestly kind of reminds me of like a more Christmassy drink. Like it just has some spices in there, but I get zero pumpkin. I have not done my hair today, and I'm a newbie to bangs, and I refuse to straighten them every single day, especially if I'm just at home or hanging out with you guys. So they're gonna be messy sometimes. Now that we're all cozy, welcome back to my channel. As you guys have probably noticed, I have been loving the fall content. It has been very fun for me, very cozy. I don't know if I'm starting to love fall, Christmas time more as I get older, or as I'm in a better place in my life, or if I'm getting better at appreciating the small things. I'm definitely turning into like a fall Christmassy girl, and that was never me. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about romanticizing fall and the importance of it, I guess, especially for someone like me who I don't even know if who used to at least struggle with SAD a lot, which is seasonal affective disorder. I used to be only happy in the summer, and that is like dead serious. Like I was only in a good mood in the summer, and I think a lot of that tied into my relationship with food and my relationship with my body. In the summer, I could literally roast my skin and get super tan, and then I felt like I looked better. And in the summer I wasn't eating as much. Like it would be so much easier for me to just like sit outside all day and just like chug water and not eat as much food. I would just eat a bunch of fruit and vegetables. And then the winter would come around, and all these activities like Thanksgiving and Halloween and Christmas, which all revolve around food, would come, and I'd be like, and I would lose my mind, and I'd start binge eating on everything that I'd restricted all summer. So like the Halloween candy would come out, the Thanksgiving treats and the cakes and the pies, and then at Christmas all the cookies, all the things that I didn't allow myself to eat during the summer, I would go crazy on in the winter. I would gain weight, I'd be unhappy, and I think I blamed a lot of my unhappiness on the cold weather. I think I've done a very good job at A, fixing my relationship with food and my body and not letting food control my mood as much, and B, really romanticizing this time of year and just making it so enjoyable and cozy for myself. And I think both of those things have really helped me. If you live somewhere hot, this is probably not extremely applicable to you, but if you live somewhere hot and you want to kind of romanticize fall still because you don't get much of a fall weather, then maybe my videos will make you feel cozy and fallish. Fallish? Autumnish? Autumnal. Oh my god. Honestly, that word kind of weirds me out, the word autumnal. I don't know why. It just feels like it shouldn't exist. But I guess this is the perfect opportunity to use it in a sentence. I personally always romanticize my coffee year round. That is not something that will change season to season for me, but it is much easier to romanticize it when you have a fun coffee bar, you have fun mugs, fun coffee creamers that sometimes don't taste good. But coffee is just like the center of my happiness. And it's not even the actual coffee. For me, it's like the ritual of it. Christmas is coming out. Maybe put a little Nespresso on your Christmas list. It brings me so much joy. Like the things I look forward to most in the day are the feeling after I'm done my workout and making my morning coffee.
We're not gonna make it. I don't feel the same as you. Why should I fake it? I don't love you like I used to. Oh, it's a tragic story, but it happens all the time. In every category
Romanticizing fall and Christmas time is all about coziness. Everything is for the cozy vibes. That is all I care about in these months, because in the summer, you're not really cozy. Like, summer and cozy don't really go hand in hand. So this is the time where you just get to like throw on your comfiest sweats, get your coffee, and just the whole vibe, the magic in the air, just a good sweat set with slippers and socks. You know, comfy clothes are so important. I just got these slippers on Amazon, by the way. You don't need to get the $200 Uggs. I will link them. Cozy is the goal, basically. Like, creating coziness is the goal. The ways in which I do that are A, cozy outfits, B, coffee, C is creating an atmosphere in your home that makes you feel like cozy and happy. Like, I know people probably make fun of me for putting up so many like Halloween decorations. It doesn't bother me at all because it brings me joy. Like, if something makes you happy, do it. I don't know if it's like nostalgic for me putting up decorations, or it like makes me feel like a kid again to have decorations. I love decorating for Halloween and Christmas, especially Christmas. Last year we moved in the very beginning of December, so I couldn't go full out with my Christmas decor, but this year I've started Christmas decor shopping already. This year the vlogs are gonna be crazy at Christmas time, but we're talking about fall still. So the decor around the house is a huge one for me. And something that kind of goes along with decor is, this is such an obvious one, but it changes the atmosphere of a room. Candles. I know it's the most like basic bitch thing to say, but candles actually do make me so happy. Like, this simple act of lighting a wick and having a lovely smell literally amplifies my mood by 10. It's insane. Like, give me a coffee and a candle and I'm so happy. Like, it just improves my mood so much. It really is the little things. And that is what I'm learning in general about life, is you have to appreciate the little moments and the little things. If lighting candles doesn't make you happy, sure, whatever, you don't need to do it. But if lighting a candle will improve your mood, why wouldn't you do it?
In the cold kitchen light, we both look for a sign. And you say, these are troubles of mine. Weary thoughts of breaking up, coming under your skin. Don't know if we should stop or begin. 'Cause I was there by your side, with my eyes open wide, and I know that will always be true. There were no reasons why, guess all beauty must die. We try hard but we all so reckless. So reckless.
Not enjoy this creamer. Honestly, I think this creamer ruined my coffee instead of making it better. The final part for me for creating a cozy atmosphere in your house is sounds, ambiance, music, slight ASMR. I'm not an ASMR girl unless it comes to like thunderstorms, rain sounds, and randomly organization ASMR. Like, people like organizing a desk. I do love the channel ASMR Weekly on YouTube because they have very good like Harry Potter atmosphere or like the Shire atmosphere. Sometimes they'll even put like cafes or coffee shop things on the TV. I really like jazz music. I love jazz music year round, but something about fall and Christmas jazz, thinking about jazz music like makes me want to cry because it's so beautiful. Like, I wish I was alive in the time period where jazz music was on its come up and that's what people listen to. It's just the most beautiful form of music. That is just such an easy little thing that you can do at home to add to the coziness. Especially when you're reading or something. Like, I love when I'm reading and I just toss on some of those cozy background noises in the back. You guys have anything else that you could add to creating an ambiance in your house? Okay. Slippers are coming off so I can get literally extra cozy. I love being in a ball. It's my favorite form to be in. Now that we've discussed ambiance, actually, 1 minute, rewind. Another thing you can do that I just thought of that's very simple. I don't have my phone on me. I don't know where it is. But another thing you can do is just changing your phone wallpaper. Mine is a picture of Jack Skellington and Sally. Obviously. I always look forward to changing my phone wallpaper to something spooky during Halloween and something cozy and cute during Christmas. It's just so fun for me, and then every time you open your phone, it's like that little bit of joy. It just adds so much, like, oh, like when you look at it, you're like, ooh. Next thing that you guys can do to romanticize fall a little bit is some activities. Now, I am very much a homebody. I like to be in my house at all times. So for me, forcing myself to go out and do things in the world doesn't help with the romanticizing and the coziness of being in your house or apartment or wherever it is. So I'm not going to discuss too many like going out and doing things. You can go for walks and things like that, or like go for drives. It's the most beautiful time of the year to go look at the leaves. Of course, you can like go to a pumpkin patch, go apple picking, do all those kinds of things. But for me, creating the cozy atmosphere in my house and then doing things in my home is what brings me the joy. First and foremost is obviously reading. Like, I have to discuss reading. Reading is already such a like cozy thing, I guess, that you can do, cozy activity. And reading does help a lot, at least for me, with distracting yourself from your life, but not in a bad way. Like, escaping into a book makes me so happy. Like, it's such a stress reliever for me to read.
We've got a perfect storm. We don't care about the second wind or something else to take form. Someone else to keep us warm. Oh, we're learning where to aim and still learning all the ways to love, but forget it just the same, with only ourselves to blame. Oh, we stay together, we sail to the moon, and sometimes too close to the wind. We hold on to.
Put your fall book recommendations below. I know there's a lot of like fall themed books or books that take place in the fall, or some that just have a cozy vibe. Like for me, Harry Potter feels like a fall book. And speaking of fall books, I wanted to finally show you guys, I guess it's not finally for you, but it feels like it's been a while for me since I filmed my last video when we went to Indigo. I wanted to do a little book haul and show you guys the books that I got when we went. We actually got 4 books. One of them I already gave to my dad for his birthday. I forget what it was called, but it was about Stoicism. These are the books that we got. So firstly, this book is the one that my boyfriend wanted to get for himself. This is called The Archer by Paulo Coelho. We took the dust cover off of it already. He is a third of the way through. This is by the guy who wrote The Alchemist. They're not necessarily self-help books, but I do think they have kind of an aspect of that within his style of writing. Now this book is not like a normal book, like if you look at the pages, like they're very short kind of excerpts. He said he's really been liking it so far, and it's probably one of those books that you'll read multiple times. It's such a quick read. These are the two books that I got for myself to read. So the first one is Dracula. I have been wanting to read Dracula for so long. I feel like everyone knows the name Dracula, but how many people have actually read the book? I have never read it. I have never read Dracula. It just seems like a sin. So into vampires right now, it's embarrassing. But like, is it true? Vampires are totally real. All that supernatural stuff, it's real. This was a recommendation that I got from Darling Desi. This is called Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match by Sally Thorne. So this book is about Angelica Frankenstein, who is the sister of Victor Frankenstein, who created the monster Frankenstein. And it's just about her finding love, I guess, or creating her perfect person. I feel like I need to hurry up and read both of these in October. This is the perfect time. Like, these are such October books. Like, hello, Frankenstein and Dracula. But reading, I highly recommend it. You should try it. And going along with reading is something that we've been doing every weekend now, which is coloring. Coloring as an adult is underrated and so fun and so relaxing, and another stress reliever. Coloring book haul. You guys have seen this one already. This is the season of the witch one that I got. And honestly, I wish I did more research into adult coloring books before I bought this one. I think this is like a cute book, and I do actually want to read the content in it. But after we went to Indigo and we bought my boyfriend this coloring book, I got real jealous of this one and I had to go buy a new one. But this is Color Morphia. You can get these on Amazon. I will link them below, or you can get them at Indigo. The pictures in this are just insane. Like, the artwork is just beautiful, and I just got really jealous of his. So I went and got another one by this artist. This one is Kaleidomorphia. The artist is Kirby Rosannes. And I've been loving this one. It's just, it has so much detail. It's so satisfying to color these. I highly recommend grabbing a coloring book. I will link the pencil crayons below that we got as well. They're like, how many is in there? There's 120 colors in there, and we just got them on Amazon, and I've been loving them. So many color options. This is our Sunday activity. When we first bought these, we colored the entire day on the Sunday.
A significant light, just where it was needed, gleaming black as night, cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time, nobody's losing.
Now, another thing that you guys can do from the comfort of your home is, of course, watching fall related movies or fall TV shows, especially while you're coloring. Like yesterday we put on Hotel Transylvania 2 while we were coloring, and we lit a candle. Especially movies that you've seen a bunch of times that you can kind of just like put on in the background, but adds to the ambiance and the atmosphere in your cozy space. Some of my faves are definitely Hotel Transylvania. I just love those movies. Harry Potter, of course, around this time of year. And Harry Potter is a great one to watch, like from September all the way until January. Vampire Diaries, which we've been watching. I know a lot of people watch Gilmore Girls around this time of year. I personally have never seen Gilmore Girls. I don't know if that's embarrassing to admit. If you guys have any other book or movie or show or anything, any cozy recommendations, put them in the comments so we can all read through and be cozy together. The last kind of thing you can do at home, which I feel like is quite obvious and I have to include it in here, is to bake something. Now, if you're like me and baking it stresses you out versus relaxes you, you can also just pre-buy something. You can pre-buy little treats and snacks. Like, I've been eating the Reese's peanut butter. Let me get them. Let's talk about these guys for a moment, now that we're talking about treats. These ones are the fall version. They're like ghosts, pumpkins, and bats. So cute. Had to buy them. and I was honestly a little bit nervous to buy them because Reese peanut butter cups were /are one of my like trigger foods, I guess you would say. In university, I would go buy, not this big, but probably half the size of this bag of Reese peanut butter cups in the grocery store. I would go home, put on a show or something, and I would eat the entire bag. Then I would feel bad. Then I would go to the gym and do cardio, and the whole cycle would begin again. I kind of blacked out how often I would do that, but I'm definitely telling you it was more than once a week. Like, it was multiple times a week in which I would do that, and I got into a cycle of like, I literally can't be happy if I don't do this, because it was giving me that momentary happiness of blocking all the university stress out. I would just watch my show, melt my brain as I was just like mindlessly eating the Reese's. There was a long period of time in which I did not buy any sort of Reese's peanut butter cups or products. Once I got out of that cycle, it was a hard cycle to break, and to be honest, I think the only thing that really helped me break it was to break out of my normal routine. So for me, I think I probably did it all the way until that school year was done, and then I moved home, and that you make a new routine when you like move locations like that, or when the school year is done like that. So that honestly was like the only thing I could do to break out of that cycle and routine. So I was really nervous to buy these. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't sure what was gonna happen because I haven't had like an actual like bag of Reese's in my house in years. Definitely felt a bit triggered and stressed the first couple days, I guess, that we had them in the house. I don't know, I just felt like a little bit weird, but I'm happy to say that they haven't really been a problem. Besides me at first being like, honestly feeling a little bit guilty that I even had them, which is so strange. But I think I just tied a lot of negative feelings to them. I've only been having 2 at a time, which is the serving size, I guess. So I haven't been restricting myself and saying, you're not allowed to eat Reese's. I'm like, yeah, you can totally eat Reese's. So I have 2, and then I'm fine, and I know that they're there the next day. Versus when I was in the binge cycle, I could never just have 2 of these. It would be impossible for me. I would be like, okay, so I just bought this entire bag, now I have to eat the whole thing so that I can restart my diet tomorrow and be healthy tomorrow. So I would have to finish the whole bag. It's the all or nothing mentality. Whereas now I'm like, okay, I can have 2 today, 2 tomorrow, 2 the next day, 2 the next day, and literally every day I'll just have 2 versus eating the entire bag in one day, restricting myself the next day, getting another bag the next day, eating the entire bag again, being like, I'll start my diet again tomorrow fresh. Tomorrow I'll be healthy. Does that make sense? So you see how that ends up? Like, you might think, yeah, I'm strong enough, I can just eat the whole bag today and then not have anything bad the next day. But creating that mentality, you're already setting yourself up for failure. Have the 2 pieces today, have 3, maybe even have 4. Then the next day, you can have a couple more. Some days I don't even have any, which is insane to me that I can have Reese's in my house and not eat them. Like, I honestly didn't think that there was a time in my life that I would ever get to that point. I just want to let you know that it's possible. You can do it. Don't restrict yourself and say, I'm not allowed to have this or I'm not healthy. I consider myself a very healthy person, and I can still eat 2 Reese's during the day. And I really hope you can all get to this point. I hope you're there already. I know this seems so dumb to some people, but if you're in that cycle right now of, oh, I'll be healthy tomorrow and I'll have nothing bad, I'm telling you right now that that's not the mindset you want to be in. I hope that's helpful.